Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Razor Crest, released in 2019. Now this vessel was first seen in the Star Wars Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. So we are currently 2 episodes into The Mandalorian by the time I'm reviewing this, and I personally love it. I really do, no BS here, and I'm not a shill or anything like that. If you've been watching my channel, you know I did not like The Last Jedi, but that's besides the point. I have always been a fan of the lone gunman, badass in the West type character, and also the Mandalorian lore, especially in the Knights of the Old Republic series. So this series is my cup of tea. I love everything about it, the locations, the ships, the characters, and I know it's only 2 episodes in, my views could change in the future, but as of right now, I'm in love with the show. I think it's great. Now, I can sit here and talk about The Mandalorian forever, but I'll save that for another time. Simply put, the show has rejuvenated my love of Star Wars. It really has, and I'm excited for the next episode. So anyway, back to the ship. We don't know much about this vessel, but what we do know from the first 2 episodes and a couple websites, like the Star Wars website, is that the ship is actually pre-Empire, and it was used as a patrol ship before our hero, the Mandalorian, the bounty hunter, acquired it, and he is now the captain of the vessel. In the interior, we have a cockpit, an armory, and also a miniature carbonite chamber, which I extremely like that idea. I think it's very awesome. Now, I'm sure as the show goes on, we'll see more features pop up, and I cannot wait. Now, for the size of this vehicle, it's about 3¼ inches long, which is very nice. So everybody should know how my videos go by now. We're going to take a look at the mold, the paint, put on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. So let's get this video started looking at the mold. Like in all my videos, I will go over all the major sections of the item, and then we'll get a nice close-up look to see all those fine details. First up, we have these beautiful giant engines, which look amazing in my opinion. Very nice. The whole top is nicely detailed, and it's die cast. This actually has a little weight to it compared to some other vessels, so I'm happy about that. Moving forward, we have our cockpit with some nice windows painted on. We have what I believe to be laser cannons on the left and right sides. Looking awesome. We have the sides of the ship with some nice paneling and entryway right here. Turning this side, more paneling and entryway. On the aft of the vessel, we have our rear entryway. This whole panel here would drop down. Pretty cool. We have some excellent details coming down to the bottom. On the pylons, we have 2 rivets holding that together, 2 rivets on the bottom. Connector port for the stand. Copyright crab and some beautiful paneling. All in all, in my opinion, a fantastic looking ship. So now, let's get a close-up look. Now, having a closer look, we'll begin with the bottom. We have some nice raised sections, little modules, recesses. Here we have a rivet. Coming back to this section, we have copyright crap, a beautiful mold. And then right here, we have the peg port for a stand. And nothing on this ship is flat. As you can see, we have some lines, a nice curve. And then it drops down. We have some recesses here and there. Just fantastic. Right here we have another rivet. It's poked out a bit from the mold, which is a shame, but not too bad. You can see around it we do have nice line work, as well as lines around the rear entry hatch, which looks very interesting. And in the aft section we have some nice molding. Now I don't know if these little bubbles are from the paint or the mold, but I'm not going to lie, I kind of dig it. I know that's weird coming from me, but it fits the ship. Weird. Now moving up to the side, check this out, all this nice lines and paneling, fantastic stuff, look at all that, amazing. We have 3 little raised sections there, our entry hatch, and check this module out. This is for the landing gear. Look at all that beautiful detail, fantastic stuff, sweet. Coming to the front of the vessel, we can see some beautiful stuff here. Recesses, some nice lines for the paneling. Beautiful stuff. Now, the other side of the ship is the same for the most part. There's no real differences. You can see all the beautiful paneling here. The exquisite detailing on the landing gear module here. Awesome stuff. And then coming to the front of the ship. Look at that little module there. It's like buttons. Awesome stuff. There's even detail on the door. Amazing. Really is. I really like this ship. Now looking at the front of the vessel, we can see some beautiful detail in here. Again, nicely done. Amazing stuff. Coming to the top, we can see it's around it. This is where the cockpit is, as you can tell by the windows. But some beautiful detail in here. Especially right here. Look at all that. Some amazing stuff. Very nice. Coming back. Look at all that. That is some awesome stuff. I like that quite a bit. Looks like a bunch of pipes, raised modules, sensors, and whatnot. That is cool. And I love the angles. Very original trilogy-esque. Very nice. And that's the same on this side. Beautifully done. Coming back here. Again, more pipes and hoses, modules, and tons of panel lines. It really is awesome. Now for the aft section, again, beautiful details back here. Just an amazing job. Very nice. And very detailed. As you can see there, the light reflecting. You can see in the crevices. Amazing stuff. And now looking at the engines. These are one of my favorite parts of the ship. And I'm just going to turn it and let the mold do the talking for me for a change. Because it is full of tiny little panel lines, molding, some nicely finely detailed pieces. It's just amazing. So let me turn it for everybody at home. And I know the paint is sort of covering it, but still beautifully done. And I love the detailing down here where the rivet connects to this support beam. Fantastic. You see the nice little details in there. Glorious. Now for the front of the engine. You can see there is an intake there. Now in the movie the intake is deeper. You can see all the way into the engine when it lights up. But for the most part, it's pretty accurate and I like it. Nice. For the aft section, you can see it tapers down and then it's recessed a little bit, which looks pretty cool. Now finally, we had this pylon section, or wing if you want to call it that. And you can see how it has some nice paneling and line work going down there. Just fantastic. And everything that's on this side is basically mirrored on here. There's no surprises or anything majorly different at all. Everything's the same. As you can see, just a very fantastic and unique job. Now finally we're going to move on to the laser cannons, and I have to say I'm very sorry if I'm talking too much today. I'm just very excited about the Mandalorian and to finally have this beautiful ship in hand. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I really enjoy it. And, you know, this is the first time I've been really happy in a while with all the changes coming to YouTube. You know, I really don't know what the future of this channel holds. I'm actually really nervous. But, you know, we'll talk about that at a later moment. Let's think happy thoughts. So anyway, on this weapon here, we have some armor on the side. What looks to be a molded hinge where the barrel could go up and down. Very nice. For the side, we have a little nib here. And the barrel is nicely molded as well. Very nice and very interesting. I think it looks good. For the interior, as you can see, nothing special. For the tops, and the other cannon is the same exact mold. Just mirrored. No surprises. Nice. And now looking at that paint job on a Hot Wheels Star Wars Razor Crest, this baby features 5 different colors in what I believe to be working very well together. First color up is this nice chrome-esque raw metal look, which is very mirrored. You can see shadows and light bouncing very nice, and it is on the whole entire ship, which is very accurate to the show. You can see it's on the engines, the top side, the sides, the pylons, the underneath. Everywhere it has that nice paint, and I love it. I think that looks awesome. Very nice. Now, next, we have dark tan or a dark orange for these paint decals on the side here, which are very interesting and very nicely done. We can see the same on this side. Pretty dope. Moving on, we have glossy black for the cockpit windows. Coming right to the front here. Looking good. We have dark gray for the molded plastic laser cannons, which is nicely done as well. And then finally, we have what I like to say, after looking at it, is a gray printed decal, if we want to put it that way. And let me get a nice close-up of that real quick. Now, having a closer look, you can see the raw metal on the edges of the Razor Crest. And then if you look closely, you can see this weird printed mesh that is gray. You can see it on the window right here. And that's the gray I'm talking about. And it goes all the way on the back. You can see it's heavier in some sections than others. And it has that nice little design on it. Now, some people might think that it's a paint defect and the raw metal is coming off or worn. But it's actually not. As you can see, there is some weird pattern there for the printing process. And in my opinion, it looks pretty good, and it adds a nice detail to the ship itself. You can see it on the engines. Looking pretty good. I don't believe it's on the sides. Yeah, it is, a little bit. So that's pretty cool. So it must be on this side as well. Yes, it is. Right here on the sides. By the entryway as well. And in the front of the vessel. So that's pretty interesting. And that does it for the mold and the paint. I really enjoy this ship, so now let's put it on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. And just like other Hot Wheels ships, it comes with a cool translucent stand. This one says Star Wars. Peg it into port like so, hear that click. And just like that, everybody, you are good to go. And now for a quick size comparison with the Hot Wheels Star Wars Razor Crest seen in the center. First, on the right hand side, we have another Mandalorian Hot Wheels vessel, the ATST Raider. And finally, on the left hand side, we have the Hot Wheels Sandcrawler. If you're interested in seeing reviews of any of these vessels, check the links in the description below. And for an added bonus size comparison with the Hot Wheels Star Wars Razor Crest seen in the center, on the right hand side, we have the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch IG-11. And then finally, on the left hand side, we have the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Mandalorian figure. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars Razor Crest, released in 2019. For the mold, it's brand new, we've never seen it before, and the detailing that Hot Wheels / Mattel put into here is very nice. Tons of paneling, the weapons, the engines, everything's there that should be. For the paint, I for one love the raw metal look, the orange on the sides, the glossy black, and of course that printed mesh that's on everything to add a little more detail to it. From a distance, it looks good. Close up, you can see the little checkered pattern in the print scheme. Besides that, I like it. Now you can't forget, it does come with a nice translucent stand to help it blend in with the rest of the collection. So that's everything I have to say about this awesome ship today. I really hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye everybody.